I've made my thoughts on it very clear. Yes, I'm sick of talking about it. I've got to be careful what I say because otherwise I look like a sore loser, you know. Fair play, he kicked me in the head, I went down. I feel like it was an early stoppage anyway, but I was on the floor. This is a guy that's failed his drug test in the past, you know, and he's allowed to manipulate the system and take testosterone. I disagree with it, but those are the rules, and that's the world we're living in.
With hindsight, you know, if that fight had been offered to you and you knew that he was on, would it have changed how you trained?
I'll be honest, because I said this to my manager recently. I said, right, okay, from now on, I want to request every fight. I want to know if they're on testosterone replacement therapy. And he said, yeah, great, good point. But what would it change? What are you going to do? Are you going to say that you're not going to take the fight? Because I would have still taken the fight, of course. So really, you know, it doesn't change anything. If they're doing that, that's their decisions, you know. Listen, I've had people offer me, you know, doctors come to me and offer me things and this and that over the years. And I've made the decision and the choice not to do that, not to take steroids, not to cheat. You know, I am who I am. That's down to other people. That's their choices to make.
We're going to talk about something a little more pleasant for a second. And you've got a movie coming up, Plastic.
Yes.
You know, Rampage did a film and he cursed the whole process. How have you found the process in terms of, you know, the commitments and the things you need to do? Has it been worth it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I've done a few acting projects now, and you know, they've all gone well, and the directors always seem very, very happy with the job that I did. So, and I've got to be honest, I really enjoy it. You know, it's something that I do tend to have a natural flair for. I'm not getting carried away with myself. You know, I'm going to explore this avenue and see where it takes me. I can't fight forever, but that's what I do right now. I'm a fighter. You don't see on my Twitter or whatever, when you describe yourself, you don't see actor. It doesn't come on there. I'm a fighter. That's what I do. But yeah, last movie, Plastic, that gets released later this year. And it's going to be awesome. It really is. The script is fantastic. It's got an amazing cast. You're playing a bit of a tough, aren't you? I play a Polish thug. So I have to do Polish accent like this. So I don't know if this sounds good, but it's okay, right? So, yes, Kasper is my character, and I shoot people. And quickly, because I know you guys have got some questions as well, I want to just jump. Alan Belcher, it's been that fight's been a fight in the making for 24, 36 months, you know, when you were both kind of rising up the ranks. Why do you think he's still so adamant for this now? But a lot of people call me out, you know. I mean, I've been around the UFC for a long time now. You know, I've been in there, it's 7 years, you know, which is crazy. It's a long time I've been in the UFC. So, you know, I'm a visible face in the UFC. So, you know, obviously people want to fight those guys. He wants to fight me. He's called me out over the years. Obviously thinks he can beat me and get some recognition on the back of that. I don't think he beats me. I think I beat him. There's nothing about him that scares me or it concerns me. I'm coming off a loss. So, you know, I've got a lot of making up to do. I'm going to go out there and beat this guy. I can sound all hard and say I'm going to destroy him. I'm going to beat him. You sounded hungry at the press conference. Oh, I'm hungry. Believe you me. I'm very, very hungry. And you know, the time for talking is over. Really, I'm going to show the world. I say I'm one of the best in the world. I've got to fucking prove it. You know, and that's what I'm going to do. April 27th. I know my colleagues have some questions, so thank you, sir. Cheers.
Thank you. Mike, you've been in the #1 contender spot 3 times now, and you've fallen short at the last hurdle. Can you just talk about the psychological aspects of that, having to pick yourself up after a fight and sort of the process that you have to go through to rebuild?
You know what? For me, I think one of my best strengths is that I'm very mentally tough, you know, and it's all part of the journey, you know. I will get there. I know I will. And I'll probably sound like I'm full of shit and everyone's watching this saying, oh, we've heard all this before. Trust me, I ain't going nowhere. The very fact that I've been in this position 3 times, you know, I think is you know, testament to my character and you know, my hunger. I'm not going away. I'm going to keep trying and I will succeed. I'm getting better and better. The Dan Henderson loss was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I learned a lot from that. Vito Belfort, that's the 2nd time I've been finished. And there's a few things that need to change. I'm going to address those problems. I'm going to come back a better fighter. I'm fighting soon, but there's a few things that I need to change mentally and, you know, in terms of preparation. When things are going well, you know, you don't make changes because things are going well. You know, well, the last one didn't go very well, did it? So some things need to fucking change. So I'm going to make those changes.
Okay. Recently, you've just moved out to California, and obviously you're training out there now. Is this a move you wish you'd done a long time ago in your career?
No, not necessarily, no. I didn't move to California. I mean, yes, now I know it has been beneficial. I'm with a great management company and they're doing wonderful things for my career. But that wasn't necessarily the reason why I went. We went there for a lifestyle. I love the UK. I love England. I'll be an Englishman to the day I die, and proud to be. But my girlfriend's Australian. All her family moved to Malaysia. She was there on her own. She hates the country. She hates the rain, hates the weather, all the rest of it. So we were going to move to Australia. Training-wise, that wouldn't have worked out. So we settled on California. And now it was a great move. The kids are happy. Family's happy. I'm happy. The wife's happy. That's what counts. So, but yeah, from a professional standpoint, yeah, it's a very, very good thing. But I had a very successful career in England. You don't have to leave England to be a successful mixed martial artist. I went 15-0 and I won the Ultimate Fighter and I had main event in the UFC. I only moved to California 2 years ago. I've been in the UFC for 7.
Okay. One last question. Today we see you at the Q&A session afterwards. You spent a lot of time with your fans, taking pictures, autographs and whatever. Yeah, on the forums, for some reason, there's a lot of keyboard warriors. They like to give you a lot of grief. You get called pillow hands. And why is this? Do you think people just don't get your personality?
Listen, over the years, I'll be the first to admit it. I've done things that, I haven't been, I haven't carried myself the best in some ways. I've said things I regret. I'm hot-headed. Sometimes I think I'm being funny, and it's not. I make mistakes. I'm a human being. And I put my foot in it quite a lot. And fair enough. I recognise that I can be a bit of a jackass at times. I'm getting a little bit older now, though. I've mellowed a little bit. But yeah, you're right. I get a lot of criticism on the internet. But as long as my family's happy, as long as I treat the people close to me with. Listen, everyone that meets me, most people think I'm all right. So I'm happy with that. You know what I mean?
Yep. Cool. That's it.
Thank you so much for your time.
No, my pleasure. No.